3, 2, 1. No time to waste, guys. No time to waste. I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing with this in just a second. It's the 153rd day of school. You know, 153 is the smallest 3 narcissistic number, which is to say that when you cube its digits and add them together, you get the number back. 1 cubed plus 5 cubed plus 3 cubed is equal to 153. Also, it is Holocaust Remembrance Day. Can anyone tell me what was the Holocaust? Do you know what that was? Yes, Elizabeth. Yep, that is absolutely true. So Germany at that time was ruled by the Nazis, and they just picked a bunch of groups of people that they did not like, primarily Jewish people, and deported them to camps to be murdered. Men, women, children did not matter to them. I don't think it's very controversial to say it is the absolute darkest stain on humanity's history, and it is important to remember that it happened, even if it's painful to do so. Did you have something you wanted to say, Shreyan? What's that? Oh, it is the words for it fail. So today's the day. Like, I would ask your folks about it. Try to learn something about it, because it's really important to remember that these things have happened in our past, and to make sure that nothing even close happens in the future. What is our first essential question here? I would love to get that from Miss Georgie. Awesome. What is a scatter plot? And how can I interpret its correlation? Oops. There's just one L in it, excuse me. All right. The book was better. Max Brooks wrote this book as a follow-up to his The Zombie Survival Guide. The movie starring Brad Pitt was not as good. Do you know what it is, Lincoln? It was World War Z. Is that what you're going to say, too?
I was going to say something like, I don't know.
No, yeah, World War Z is the correct answer. And then fruits that aren't vegetables? Avocado is correct. Avocado is correct. I don't know that I know anybody who thinks an avocado is a vegetable, though. Like, I looked it up, and they said people sometimes get like, that's a fruit. It's got a pit. All right. Oh. Oh, I disagree. I love avocados because guacamole. All right. Okay. Got a pencil?
Absolutely.
Today we're talking scatter plots. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to write an ordered pair. That ordered pair is going to be your birth month and then the number of letters in your name. So for example, I was born in November, so my X value is going to be 11. And then my name is Thomas Secker Petersen. And so my name has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 letters. That's mine. So when I say teach, I want you to say, okay, will you quickly get yours? Talk to each other. What is your ordered pair? Teach! John, thank you. Okay, can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Do you guys suspect that there's a relationship between these two pieces of numerical data? Yes or no? Okay, you're saying no. Now, it turns out just like a two-way frequency table can help us make connections, see connections, or maybe even see the lack of connections between categorical data, a scatter plot is designed to help us see connections or the lack of connections between numerical data. So we need to collect all this data here, so let's see how quickly we can do it. I'm going to make myself a giant table of values here. And if we have to save this and come back to it on Monday, that's okay. We're going to take a couple days on scatter plots. So let's do it, guys. So I'll go first. I'm 11 and 20. Okay? Okay. Truman, and then I want everyone to follow along. Everybody should have everybody else's data on here. Truman, what is your ordered pair? 10, 17. Okay. How about you, James? 7 and 16? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Carol? 11, 17. Perfect. Arden, how about you? 2, 18. Don't worry about it.
Someone's just getting
You guys, yeah, don't worry. You're never more than a mile away from something horrible happening.
Seriously.
All right, Sadie, how about you? 117. All right. Lena, how about you? 10-9. By the way, even if there aren't, you suspect there's not a relationship between these two pieces of data, but are you already learning something about name lengths and or birth months?
Yeah.
Are you guys learning something about them just by looking at the numbers so far?
Yeah.
I think I am. How about you, Georgie? 520. And Gracie?
11:22, which is kind of funny because that's actually my birthday.
1122. That is fun. I like that. That would be a fun fact about the number. If only there were 1,122 days of school, which that doesn't make any sense. It's the 1,122nd day of school. How? John, how about you? Yeah, but you know your birth month.
Yeah, so 12.
And then? Okay. First, middle, and last? Write it down. We'll come back to you, okay? Go ahead. Write it down and then count them out. All right, Ethan, how about you? 321. Okay, Lincoln? 123. Jaden? 8-9. Let's see here. How about you, May? 814. Okay. Ellie? 116. Let's see here. Go ahead, Will. 4:30. Too early to wake up and too early to go to bed. All right, John, you got the numbers for me? Okay, we'll keep working on that. Let's see. Here's Andrew. How about you? 10:20. Okay, go ahead, Bradley. What was it? 9:20. You know, ever since I turned 40, I think that is, if I go to bed at 9:20, that is when I feel the best in the day. And you guys, that makes me a little sad. That makes me a little sad. It's like the end of an era here. Thomas, what you got? 7:17. That's fun to say. Gesundheit. Shreon, how about you? 2:13. All right, John, you got a number for us? 18. So 12:18 was for John over here. John's 12 and 18. How about you, Ellie? 3 what? 3:15. Okay. Lola? 10 and 14. Love it. Hoibing? 12:12. All right. Elizabeth? 5:19. All right. Claire? 6:19. All right. Stephen? 1:21. Okie dokie. Sam? 9:20. Bradley's like, brother in arms. All right. Let's see here. How about you, Eliana? 10:10. Okay. 11:21 for Holland.
Holland, you were so.
Love that.
So.
All right. What do you got for us, Sophia? 5:17. And last but most certainly, well, I don't think the least, but we'll find out. Sasha, what about you? 12:18. No, not the least. Not the least. All right. So we've got all this data here, and I'm not really sure how, yeah, I mean, that just looks like a smattering of numbers, right? It looks like a giant, like, blew his nose and a bunch of numbers came out. And if I wanted to put them in order, I'm not really sure what I want to put them in order. Like, would I put the X's in order or the Y's in order? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a scatter plot. A scatter plot is what you make when you take bivariate, that's two variable, numerical data, and you put it on a graph. So if you've got a full sheet of graph paper, fantastic. Use that. If you don't have a full sheet of graph paper, that's cool. I got them right here for you. You can grab one of those. There's rulers over there at table J. Let's talk about this coordinate plane. So I would say the coordinate plane starts low enough that I'm comfortable starting at 0, and I don't mind counting by 5s up to the highest. Because what was the lowest? X value? What was the lowest X value? 1. What's the highest X value? 12. What's the lowest Y value? 9. And the highest? No, there was one. Nope. 30. So here's what I would make. I would make a coordinate plane in the first quadrant. For the X values, I'm going to count every two boxes as 1 and count up to 12. Gesundheit. And then over here on the Y's, I'll just count by 5s up to 30. No, I don't need those. There we go. Good. And maybe you guys can see where this is headed. But if we graph all these points on there, like 11 and 20, I would just put a dot on 11, 20. 11, 20 goes here. 10, 17 goes here. 7, 16 goes here. Does that make sense, guys? So go ahead. When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, go ahead and make that coordinate plane so that it goes 12 to the right, 30 up, and let's plot all of our data on there and see if we can find a pattern or if we can get any information out of this whatsoever. Those of you at home, don't worry. So you might want to pause your screen here because I'm going to be going down to the graph here to make that. So go ahead, guys, see what you can do and teach. Let's see, 11 and 17. 2 and 18. We're just plotting the points. You don't have to write the coordinates next door. 1, 17. Gesundheit. And again, it is a sneezy kind of day. Five and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. That's a song, isn't it? Or is it 4 and 20 blackbirds? 12 and 18. 12 and 19. 12 and 20. 12 and 21. 12 and 22. 12 and 23. 12 and 24. 12 and 25. 12 and 26. 12 and 27. 12 and 28. 12 and 29. 12 and 30. 12 and 31. 12 and 32. 12 and 33. 12 and 34. 12 and 35. 12 and 36. 12 and 37. 12 and 38. 12 and 39. 12 and 40. 12 and 41. 12 and 42. 12 and 43. 12 and 44. 12 and 45. 12 and 46. 12 and 47. 12 and 48. 12 and 49. 12 and 50. 12 and 51. 12 and 52. 12 and 53. 12 and 54. 12 and 55. 12 and 56. 12 and 57. 12 and 58. 12 and 59. 12 and 60. 12 and 61. 12 and 62. 12 and 63. 12 and 64. 12 and 65. 12 and 66. 12 and 67. 12 and 68. 12 and 69. 12 and 70. 12 and 71. 12 and 72. 3 and 21. 1 and 23. 8 and 9. 8 and 14. That's a great question. When I get two of the same point, usually I'll put a star on there, or maybe a little prime symbol, like a little tisk, a little tick, to say like there's another one here, and then if you have a third one, you can do like a third tick or something like, or second tick. That's kind of an idea. However, you can say that to yourself. Bazoon 1 and 16. 4 and 30. 30. 10 and 20. 20. 9 and 20. 10 and 40. No, 10 and 40. 10 and 10. Oh, shoot, I skipped some. I do 3 and 15. No. 7 and 17. I think I missed all those. 7 and 17. No, I got that one. 2 and 13. 3 and 15. 10 and 14. 12 and 12. There. 5 and 19. 6 and 19. 1 and 21. There we go. Now I'm back on track. 9 and 20. Ah, there it is. I'm going to put a little star on 9 and 20 to say that there are 2 right there. Because that's important. 10 and 10, I already got that. 11 and 21. 5 and 17. 12 and 18. Are there two 12 and 18s? There are. Perfect. So my graph winds up looking like this. Give you guys another minute 15 to finish that up. Just get as much of it done as you can. If you don't quite finish it, that's okay. But if you do finish, guys, I want you to talk to each other. What information can we glean from this graph? Is there anything you can say about name lengths, birth months, or maybe their relationship? Talk to each other. And here we go. Teach.
Don't ask me anything. I haven't even.
No.
And also, it's easy to complete and check off because I did it by ones instead of by
Oh,
twos.
that's okay. That's okay. You're okay. In fact, Gracie, just you're actually okay. Just look at this thing and you'll be okay. I'm not too worried about it.
It seems the November birthdays seem to have very long names.
There you go. That's an observation. Absolutely. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? LED, do you have any observations about this data?
No one really has a name that's under like 9.
Yeah, it's that, like, and in fact, would you even go farther and say that most names are above a certain number? Like, what would you say? What would you put that number at? Yeah, like, I'm kind of seeing, like, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of looking at, like, this and maybe here. Like, the vast majority of our points are between, looks like 13 and 22. Would you guys say that that's accurate? Most of our points are between those numbers, so that's an observation. Very good. I like that one. But here's the question. Do you think there is a relationship between birth month and name? No, I don't think so either. And I think that if we were going to interview the entire school, what you would wind up seeing is lots of points inside of this ribbon, and then like a few up and around here, right?
Whoever has the most letters in their name, good job.
Right? Something like that. Would expect something like that. So, but to say that these two are not, to say that these two aren't connected, we're going to say that there is no correlation. When you get a scatter plot that doesn't suggest that they're related, we would say that there is no correlation between those two. Let's see here. But there obviously, some of them are going to be, let's see, where is that? There you are. Okay. Let's see here, guys. We draw a quick coordinate plane, and I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't have to be labeled. It doesn't have to be beautiful. Like, it just has to be big enough to throw some dots on there and write some words by it. Like, what if we did this? What if you were out deep sea fishing, and this was the length of the fish that you caught, and this was the weight of the fish that you caught? Do you guys think that there would be a relationship between the length and the weight of a fish that you caught? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I would agree. Can someone tell me what they think that relationship might be? Arden.
I think the longer the fish, the heavier it would weigh.
Yeah, now do you think, Arden, that it would be perfect like this? Like you could measure the fish and then you would know exactly how much it weighed or vice versa?
No.
No, what do you think it would be like?
I think it would be like in the general, like going up, but there would be some that would.
Yeah, there'd be some that weren't perfect, right?
That would weigh a little bit more.
Yeah, it would be something like this. You would have a scatter plot that generally went up, but that didn't, but that it wasn't perfect, right? Also, there's a couple of animals I want to talk about. Do you guys think you know what that creature might be?
Snake.
Yeah, that could be a moray eel. A moray eel can get about 6 feet long, but weighs not very much at all. It doesn't have a lot of meat on it, right? And then one of my favorite dudes, this guy up here, that could be an ocean sunfish. Have you guys seen those? They're those, they're they're not very long, but they're like basically a circle. Yeah, like imagine like a cylinder was a fish. Like a magician came and said, "I'm turning you into a cylinder." Poof. All right. So this right here has what we call positive correlation. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, let's see here. How are we doing on time here? Whew. Okay, we'll do one more, guys. If this was, you know what? Yeah. If this was the number of bad things that happened to you in a day,
Oh, this is gonna be long.
and this is how you'd rate your day on a scale of 1 to 10 at the end of the day, what do you guys think that scatter plot would look like? Could you just imagine you're drawing on the board? Show me what you think it would look like. Show me what you think it would look like. Yeah, it would look like a bunch of dots like this. Now, a lot of it depends on what kind of bad things it is, right? Like if there are a bunch, like have you ever had a day where it's just been like 100 very annoying things that happened, and it really wasn't, but it wasn't that bad. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. Stepping
So
on Lego is pretty
it
bad.
could be like that.
There was nothing more painful than stepping on Lego.
But again, guys, if a dinosaur broke into your house and ate your dog, but that was the only bad thing that happened to you today, how was your day?
Awful.
It was still really bad.
I saw the dinosaur.
It was still really bad. Well, that makes it sound really cool, though, Gracie. So there are going to be what you call outliers. These are outliers, right? Generally speaking, data that doesn't really fit
Like one
the
day
rest
you
of
might
what we're
have
saying.
bad things happen to you, but you won the lottery.
You guys are never going to guess what this is called. What kind of correlation? It's a negative correlation, right? That is, as the number of bad things goes up, the state of your day goes down, versus the length of the fish that generally as the length of a fish goes up, the weight goes up. There's two more that we want to talk about, but we'll talk about them on Tuesday, or sorry, on Monday. So go put your calculators away, head back to your assigned seats, and have a lovely weekend. No self-assessment of any kind with this, just chatting about these things.